Hi everybody, we're going to continue with related angles, and the third one is coterminal angles. So this is in EdX, and we are doing coterminal angles. Let's take a look and see what they say. That's pretty good.
Let's introduce coterminal angles. But first, do you remember how many degrees are in a complete rotation, like this one here? If not, click down here to review.
Well, all the way around the circle is 360 degrees. Keep in mind that that's also the same as 0 degrees or 720. If you go around twice, it still looks the same. And if you go around 3 times, it still looks the same, 1080, and so on.
Exactly. There are 360 degrees in a full rotation. Now there's no rule that says 360 degrees is the most you can rotate. So let's take this line and rotate it just a little more than 360 degrees. So we've rotated this line by 370 degrees. If you didn't actually see the rotation, you'd say that it looks like the line rotated by a much smaller angle, this angle over here. So which smaller angle does a 370 degree rotation look like?
Okay, you went all the way around 360, and then you had to do 10 more.
Nicely done. You took 370 degrees and subtracted 360 degrees, the angle of a complete rotation, and got an answer of 10 degrees. These two angles, 370 degrees and 10 degrees, are called coterminal angles, which is the name given to angles that differ by a whole number of complete rotations. Let's look at another example. Let's rotate this line by 450 degrees. What smaller angle do you think is coterminal with 450 degrees?
So it goes all the way around 360, and then how much more to get 450? Which is, of course, 90.
Precisely. So 450 degrees and 90 degrees are coterminal. Now for a trickier question. Which 3 smaller angles are coterminal with 1200 degrees? Here's a hint. You can keep subtracting 360 degrees to find more coterminal angles.
Okay, I'm going to take away 360, and I'm going to get 900 and 840, huh? I subtracted 360 and got 840. I'm going to subtract 360 more, and what are you going to get? Do it yourself. 480. And we'll subtract 360 more. Okay.
Well done! You subtracted 360 degrees to get 840, and then another 360 to get 480, and finally another 360 to get 120. All of these angles are coterminal with 1200 degrees. Coterminal angles show up a lot in sports, like snowboarding. Perhaps you've heard of snowboarding tricks like the switch frontside 1080 double cork, or the double McTwist 1260. So now you know what the 1080 and 1260 mean in these names. It's how many degrees you rotate while you're in the air. Now 1080 degrees equals 3 times 360 degrees. So a trick with a 1080 means you're making 3 full rotations in the air. And 1260 degrees equals 3.5 times 360. So a trick with a 1260 means you're making 3.5 rotations in the air. That last half rotation, or 180 degrees, means that if you started by facing one direction when you're taking off in the air, you're facing the opposite direction when you land.
That's it. Easy, easy, easy.